Did we read the book?
Yes,
Did we understand it?
debatable. Welcome to Reading Between Wines.
Where the books are questionable.
The opinions are strong.
And the wine is absolutely necessary. I'm Cece.
And I'm Mariana, and today we have thoughts.
So many thoughts.
So pour yourself something strong.
You're gonna need it.
Let's uncork this week's read. Cece, what are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Pinot Noir and we'll be talking about Please Don't Go. You have yours?
I have mine fully filled to the brim, as one would for this scenario.
Of course, that makes sense. Well, cheers.
Oh, cheers, son.
This book is all about longing, heartbreak, and emotional damage, but like in a soft, romanticized way. It's not full chaos, but it's more stare out the window and rethink your life energy. And Pinot Noir matches that perfectly. It's smooth, a little deep, and a little sad, but still easy to love. It's giving, I'm hurting, but make it aesthetic. Please Don't Go is a messy, emotional roller coaster of a love story about two people who clearly love each other, but maybe shouldn't. It's giving right person, wrong time with a lot of miscommunication and emotional baggage. By the end, it'll have you questioning whether love is actually enough or if timing, healing, and growth matter more. In this episode, we'll talk about mental health, emotional distress, and toxic relationship dynamics. If any of these topics are triggering for you, feel free to skip this one. Your well-being always comes first. All right, Mariana, let's get this one started. What did you think this book was going to be before you started?
I had no idea what I was getting into, honestly. I thought it was going to be a typical light and fluffy romance about a baseball player and a swimmer. This romance is actually filled with trauma and a great deal of healing. As Cece said, you really need to look up the trigger warnings because we started off with a bang. This is full of hard-hitting topics, a lot of grief, suicide, and trauma that goes with it. Josephine and Daniel start their relationship in the most unorthodox way, and it hit me right at the beginning. I was hooked on literally like the first chapter. What about you? What did you think you were, because you're the one that suggested it, so what did you anticipate this book to be?
Yeah, I knew this was going to be a heavy read. Like most of my recommendations, I got it from Book Talk. But honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be so heavy. The first page, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not fun at all. But I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. Maybe it's because of the phase I'm in or because the book touches on like such sensitive topics in such a beautiful way. I thought it was really well written. And you could feel the longing, the heartbreak in these characters and just it pulls you in.
Yeah.
You know that meme, when I'm trying to get away, it pulls me back in.
Yeah, exactly. I have a question for you.
Oh?
Yeah, already. I have a question for you. What song came to your mind, like when you were reading, even like the first chapter, just like the first chapter, I had two songs that immediately started playing in my head, and I was immediately like, I was almost crying. What song came to your head when you were reading, or what can you think of now that you could relate to being as a song from that moment in time?
Okay, tell me yours first.
Mine was Angels Like You by Miley Cyrus.
I love that song.
And also, on the other end of the spectrum, Lonely Day by System of a Down. I was feeling it. You might not know that song, but it's, oh my God, it's really sad. I'll sing some of it for you.
You know, no, it's not this. Is it not Midnight? Anyway, the song that it's in my head right now, I don't know why, but the moment you start talking about this, it's the only song that's in my head is Bigger Than the Whole Sky. Do you know that one by Taylor?
Yeah.
You were looking so serious. I was like,
well, it's a nice song.
Oh, okay. But why are you so serious if it's a nice song?
Because now I'm thinking of Lonely Day and it's making me sad again.
Oh no! Think about something else.
It's such a sad song.
I've never heard it.
It goes like, it's
Don't
such
send it to me, I'll cry. Don't send it. Yeah, the only song that I can think, I'm sure like later on I'm gonna be like, this would be a good song. But the only song that I can think of is Bigger Than the Whole Sky by Taylor. But I'm pretty sure later on today I'm gonna be like, you know what? No, not even later on. When I'm laying in bed tonight, I'm gonna be like, this would have been the perfect song for that moment.
Yeah.
If I have that, I'm gonna put it on show notes. Like, this is the song I want.
This is the song I meant.
This is the song. But anyway, box wine energy or vineyard elite?
Okay, I have an explanation for this.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
Yeah. No, but it's good. It's good, but it's a bit of a rant. I'm actually gonna give this one the first one, Vineyard Elite, and I didn't expect to say that because beneath all of the chaos and the emotional back and forth, this book is dealing with heavy stuff. The kind of trauma that doesn't just go away because you found someone you love. It shows up in hesitation, in self-sabotage, the way they keep pulling away even when they clearly don't want to. I appreciated the book didn't try to fix that too quickly because it let the characters kind of sit in their damage a little. You see how past hurt shapes the way they love, how fear of abandonment, trust issues, and emotional baggage actually affect their decisions instead of just being mentioned once and then forgotten. It's like a constant, it keeps getting brought up. It kind of felt repetitive at times, but honestly, that's what unresolved trauma looks like. It's not linear, it's not clear, it doesn't resolve itself in one heartfelt conversation. Like, this isn't just the drama for the sake of the drama, it's two people trying and failing and trying again to love each other through things that they haven't fully healed from. For me, that's Vineyard Elite depth.
That's fair. I wasn't expecting that at all, actually. So
Yeah.
The first Vineyard Elite for you, it's my book. I don't know what that says about me, but I feel like it says that I'm better than you. But
don't get a big head. Don't get a big head.
No, I'm joking. Only because for me, it's somewhere in between, and I feel like it takes a lot for me to be a 5-star book. So okay. I feel like it's somewhere in between. Definitely. Go.
I was about to say I'm a 5-star whore, so
you are.
Yeah, I'm a 5-star whore. Yeah.
Now with me, you have to work with me. You have to work hard for me to give you 5 stars. Here's the reason why it's not a 5-star for me. I feel like it romanticizes pain a little too much for my liking. Again, I will say it 1,000 times. I love this. This was a great book, but it felt very intense. And again, very well written. I think it took me 3 days to finish this. Do not judge me, okay? I have other things to do. Don't judge me that it took me 3 days. During those 3 days, the emotion turmoil that I had, I already have so much anxiety. This book is just adding to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sometimes it felt like it was just intense for the sake of being intense. I get it's what you just said. Obviously, when you have trauma, you have to talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. You have to continuously talk about the trauma to get past it. And sometimes you never get past it. You just deal with it better. I get that, don't get me wrong, but it felt like very repetitive. It felt like we already got
I felt that, yeah. I felt that as well, yeah.
There is a lot of emotions and high stakes feelings, but it does make you wonder, do we actually get any depth or just intensity? It's more towards Vineyard Elite for me. It's a good book, I liked it, and I would recommend it to people. But it's a very intense book. You have to be mentally prepared for it to be this.
Mm-hmm. So, who annoyed you more?
Girl, I don't have a character. Okay, I have a character that annoyed me. And I'll get to it, okay?
A character?
You have loads? I don't have loads.
I have two.
You have two. Oh, I think I know one of them.
You go for yours, and then we'll see if you're right. You go. Okay. Well, he's one of them. But yeah, go for one.
Okay. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. I'll have my two. I also have two. One of them, Bryson, obviously, because I love to hate a man-child. But the other one, it is a woman, and I'm sad for her. But let me get started with Josie. She gave, and I'm answering already one of the questions later on, but she gave me a bit of Delulu at times, because why is this... Okay, I know why. Self-esteem is so low that even Daniel was telling her with all the letters, with all the actions that he cared for her, she was still like, I don't know if he loves me. I'm like, I don't know. And then she's like, oh, he's not attracted to me. Excuse me?
Yeah.
What? So she annoyed me a little bit, but like again, I think it's just a lot of trauma there and a lot of self-esteem. So I get it, but at some point I was like, you're just being Delulu right now. You're now looking at the facts, and I need someone to sit down with you and be like, girlie, my love, Daniel. What can I say about Daniel? I just love him. I'm obsessed with him. He's tack to tack with Levi. I'm like, you guys, I would go to war. Okay? Would go to war. Would start a war for you guys, just to defend you. I would. If you have anything bad to say about Daniel, we're gonna fight today. Okay? No, but he has my whole heart. Using humor as a defense mechanism to deflect and protect himself.
Mm-hmm.
I get him. I get
Mm-hmm.
him. I'm like, Daniel, I feel you almost as if you're Kath to me. Do you know how I related to Kath?
Yeah, you feel seen. You feel seen.
I also relate to Daniel a lot on that because I also
Yeah.
use a lot of humor to hide kind of the pain that we're feeling, and I attract a lot of those people as well. I have a lot of people in my life that are like that, so I relate a lot to Daniel, and you could kind of see him doing that in his inner monologue, but I'll get to it later on. Now, pen. You pissed me off, Pen. You did. You did. She is not a good friend. She is not a good friend. So they break up, okay? And instead of her listening to the story, she didn't hear anything. Automatically, she's like, I'm on my brother's side. Excuse me? I would get it if they were not friends prior. Like her and Josie were not friends. But they were friends. And you still, instead of listen to what actually happened, you were just like, yeah, me and Josie have a problem now. And you know what, Pen? You and me have a problem now because I hate people like you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vienna. Do you love Vienna?
I liked Vienna.
Okay, you made a face. I was scared.
I thought you were because we're talking about relationships who annoyed you more, and then you said Vienna, and I was like,
no, but I mixed it up because I like say a good thing, a bad thing, and then a bad thing again.
oh, so a shit sandwich. All right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
people are now like, she only talks shit about people. No. I have good things to say about people, but most people have bad things to say about them. Especially if you're a man. Be careful, because I will be talking shit about you. The Vienna is just to compare Pen to Vienna, because
yeah,
Vienna,
the difference.
Yeah. I love Vienna. Vienna is also me as a friend. She's like, you're not answering your phone, I'm breaking in.
Yeah.
I'm like jumping off a window to see if you're okay. And
yeah.
Do you know what? Vienna woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna befriend Josie. I'm gonna befriend her. And she did.
And then she did. And then she did. That's how simple it. I always say this to people. You have to put yourself out there to make friends. Like, otherwise, how will you ever meet people?
No, now hold on. Because it's not random people on the street like you do. Okay.
Oh, I made another friend the other day. I was just walking, and then, we were just talking, and now I have a friend. I walk by, and they're like, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "I'm good. How are you?" I don't know your name yet, but we're good. We're friends. Like,
Is it a man or a woman?
Oh, it's a woman this time. It's okay. She's super nice, and she sees me, and she's always asking me how I am, and we talk as if we've been friends for life. It's great. That's how you meet people, babes.
I get really scared for you sometimes, because I'm like, she's gonna meet a random person that is ill-intended, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, let's be friends, and then that person's gonna murder you, and I'm gonna be really sad.
Well, if she offered me a ride home, I'd take it. Why not? Like,
why not?
My thing is, you don't trust people when they give you a reason not to trust. So again, like I told you, unless she pulls like a knife on me or a gun, then I'd be like, oh, but I know how to disarm them because my dad, he taught me all the pressure points. So we're good. Like, I just like pressure point the fuck out of that bitch.
I'm scared for you. I love you. I don't want you to die. Who else am I going to have a podcast with? You can't die. You can't do this to me.
You can just set up a skeleton in my place. What do you think? And then I'll be like...
It's going to be Weekends at Barney's. It's just going to be like, slowly fake.
Anyways.
Yeah, I loved Vienna. And now, see, good, bad, good. Bryson.
Yeah. Ugh.
You knew this was coming, didn't you? You did this stuff just so I could talk shit about you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't appreciate you at all. Here's what I want you to do, Bryson. I want you to look into a mirror. Okay? Just look into a mirror and then really evaluate your choices in life. Okay? And then once you do that, I want you to cut your dick off. No, I'm going to cut his dick off. Wait, what does she say?
You don't want to touch his dick.
No, I do not. Ew.
Yeah,
what does Stella say? Stella does say, I'm going to
He says, I will cut your dick off and shove it up.
I'm not going to cut his dick off. I'm going to,
yeah.
Okay.
No, just say, I will put gloves on so I don't have to make hand.
No, here's what I'm going to, no. I don't, not even with gloves. I don't want to touch that. Can you imagine the diseases? No, thank you. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Josie, because I think she deserves that opportunity. I'm going to get Josie to do it, to cut your dick off, Bryson, and then shove it up your ass so you can see and feel what it feels like to fuck yourself. Did that make sense? Here's what's gonna happen, Bryson. I'm gonna ask Josie to grab your dick, cut it off, and then shove it up your ass so you can know what it feels like to go fuck yourself. What about that? Because why in God's name do we always have to have a man-child in these books? Like, sir, grow up.
I'm glad that Salvador gave us someone to hate.
Yeah, but why does it always have to be... No, you know what? I prefer hating on a man than a woman. Because a woman I would excuse. I would be like, yeah, but you know what made her feel...
I'm sorry. Nope. I'm gonna cut you off there. Because now we're gonna go into who annoyed me. And I'm gonna start off with the woman. Because why have we not talked about Amanda?
Who's Amanda?
Did you read the book?
Oh, Amanda is the yes girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
I forgot about her. I'm like, get off my screen. It's fine.
Amanda and Bryson, for me, sucked ass. The constant intervening in the relationship with both Josie and Danny was ridiculous and downright fucking embarrassing. Amanda was a desperate hoe bag, and Bryson was literally a dick the whole time. He couldn't even apologize after giving Danny a fucking panic attack and shoving him in the pool. Like, what fucktards? Honestly. He didn't properly apologize. That's what I'm getting at. We're going to get into the situation now. I'm going to get into the situation, okay?
Can I just say one more thing? I also have on my notes that Daniel's dad...
Yeah.
Woof. What do you mean you blame your son? Get off my screen. But carry on about the situation about the pool. I got it. I'm here. It's
a whole situation in itself because it's entitled The Drunk Danny Situation. Insert letters here. The Drunk Danny Situation, okay? We have to talk about the pool scene. When Bryson pushed Danny into the deep end and Danny was already drunk, there was chaos from the start. Like, nothing good was going to come out of that situation. And then everything spirals. Because Danny doesn't just brush it off. He completely unravels. And the way he turns on Josie... that was so hard to watch. He pushed her away emotionally, verbally, saying things like way below the belt, the kind of stuff that you don't just like forget the next day, which is why she was totally justified in like dumping his ass. And then you're telling me it came from a place of hurt and insecurity and alcohol-fueled lack of control, but that doesn't make it okay. And it's one of those moments in the book that really leans into how messy people can get when they're overwhelmed, but it shows the damage that comes out of it because Josie didn't deserve that at all. And for me, that kind of scene, it just solidified that this book isn't just about the romantic tension, it's about how people handle their pain and how sometimes they take it out on other people who they care about the most. The reason why I said Bryson's half-assed apology is because while he was apologizing, in the end, he didn't really apologize because he just walked away.
But didn't Daniel say, like, just walk away, just leave me alone? Wasn't that what happened? I don't remember that part too well.
Danny basically told him something like, just get out of here, man. Like, I don't give a shit. And, like, the guy was like, well, then you can go fuck yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't remember that.
You couldn't even just hold your own and apologize. Like, I'm sorry.
Child. Do you need?
Yeah.
He's a man-child, and not only is a man-child, he's a narcissist. He feels.
Oh my god.
He feels like he's entitled to that. He feels like he's entitled to Josie just because God knows.
He had her first or whatever.
Yeah, because he's a white man, and white men think they're entitled to stuff just because they were born, and I can't do with white men. I'm sorry, I said it. Okay, I said it here first. I don't like white men. I do like them, unfortunately.
Is it surprising that she said this? No.
Men are gonna hate me. When they start commenting on our podcast, men are gonna, they're gonna be really mean to me. And I don't know if I'm waiting.
We'll just delete them.
Brats, go off. I will go off on the comments. If it's a white man, a straight white man telling me to comment on the way, I'll be like, not all white men, obviously, but most. But not all. But most. But not all. Before I ask a next question, I do have to say here, just a quick note, because I have my, okay, I'm getting giddy already. Because I have a character that I love so much. And every time he showed up on the screen, I'm like, Angel.
Angel. That's my, okay, yeah.
Sweet baby Angel. He wasn't even Josie's friend. Like, they knew each other, but they weren't friends. And he still showed up at her house to check up on her. And I was like, pen, take notes. But also like, baby. I have one scene, one of my memorable scenes, but I'm going to say it here because I'm talking about Angel, is when, Daniel keeps showing up to the cliff to make sure that Josie isn't there. And
Mm-hmm.
Angel is like checking, which by the way, what a friend. He's checking Daniel's location and he's like, why are you at the ocean? And then he shows up to see if Daniel is okay at the cliff. Angel says something, I can't remember what. And Daniel goes like, Jesus. And Angel goes, yeah, I thought you were meeting him right now. That took me out. I was like, wait, what do you mean? I was literally like,
good friend.
He's a good friend. The way he was
Yeah.
checking on his location, the way he went to check if everything's okay. Even when you were talking about the pool party and Daniel was like really drunk and everything, Angel gave up his bed for him, was always checking up on him. Again, he went to check on Josie, even though Josie wasn't really his friend. He was just someone that he knew. He was always there and he was always present, and always with a joke, and even if it's not a joke, he always, like with a nice comment, with just a presence, just like, I'm here if you need me. And I thought, and I love him. I love Angel. I was like, I want an angel in my life, like literally an angel in my life. But anyway, would you want this relationship in real life?
Okay, so again, bit of a long rant here. This one, it hits a little closer to home for me because I've actually experienced something like this firsthand. Not exactly the same, but the feeling that two people carrying different levels of trauma, trying to love each other while figuring themselves out, yeah, that's real. And I think that's why this relationship didn't feel completely unrealistic to me. Because the truth is, most people are dealing with something. Everybody has their own thing. Everyone has their own wounds, their own fears, their own baggage they're trying to navigate. But I will say this. It's not about trying to find someone to fix you or to use you as a crutch. It's about finding your person who can stand beside you while you both do the work. It can't just be one of you. It's while both of you do the work. Someone who reminds you that you're loved, that you matter, and that you genuinely want, they genuinely want you to be there, even on days that you don't feel it yourself. So would I want this exact relationship? Probably not, because it lacks that stability. But the idea of two people choosing each other while healing in a healthy way, that part I believe in.
That makes sense. Okay.
What about you?
I do love them. I mean, truly, I really did. But this relationship is heavy. And like you just said, we all going through something. All of us. We all have traumas. We all have baggage. Especially at our age, in our 30s. Like, you're going to find people that have already gone through stuff. You can't find someone that has clean slate and is all, like, the person is all resolved and stuff. They're going to have traumas and they're going to have insecurities and that and all of that. But, like, I don't know if I want this relationship. They were emotionally exhausting, but I also fear that they are in like 19, early 20s. Like, that's normal to be finding yourself and figuring out who you are and all of that. But it was very, very heavy, and I think they needed more time apart. I feel like this is a very controversial opinion, but fix yourself first. Take time apart, fix yourselves, and then maybe later on you can be together. I do believe in right person, wrong time, and I think this was the wrong time for them. I think they really, they needed more time than what they had. Like, I think that was very, not that it was brushed off. I don't want to say that. The author was very careful about all the issues that were talked about, but I think they needed more time to fix themselves and then maybe get together, because I don't think any of the issues were actually resolved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it's hard for me because I was 19. It was like my first like real like official relationship that I had, and it was extremely toxic. I had to get approval for what I could wear outside the house. I was not allowed to eat certain foods because of my weight. And I was like forced into like stuff that like I didn't want to do and things like. And for me, it was my first relationship. I had no notion of what was normal. And then a couple years later, I got into another relationship where we both had trauma. Obviously, I carry trauma from this because I remember getting dressed, going to my partner and saying, "Is it okay that I'm wearing this?" And they were just looking at me with like the most baffled expression. And they were like, "Why are you asking me what you can wear?" I was at a loss for words because I was just like, "Isn't that what you're supposed to do?" Like, isn't that what you're supposed to do? So I think it's about finding people that help you heal in the right way. Cause like that healed me. Like that healed
But
me in
I
a
think that's
way.
different. I feel like that's different because that's a relationship trauma. Here we're talking about more them than anything else. Like I feel obviously you're gonna have stuff in other relationships that are not the norm. With every partner you're gonna have to like compromises. Obviously the what can I wear and what can I drink or eat, I would tell them to. Do you know what I would tell them? You know what I would tell them?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I would tell
Yeah.
them.
I didn't say anything. I just thought it was normal.
That's okay. But like I said, I think that obviously with every relationship, you're going to have compromises and you're going to have to learn how to live with that person because all of us have boundaries, all of us have limits, and that's normal to do. And you have to learn how to be with that person. You're going to have traumas. You're going to solve them with that person. That's normal. But what Daniel went through, what Josie went through, that's something that they're going to fix like you can't fix that with someone else. I think you said that earlier, like you can't expect someone to fix that for you. You have to do the work.
Yes.
And I think exactly. that part specifically, I fear that they needed more time to work on themselves before they got into this relationship. I'm not saying that this relationship is toxic. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be in this relationship. I'm just saying they needed more time apart and more therapy in order to be healthy and together. Speaking of therapy, why do they have the same therapist? Is that even legal? I feel like that's not ethical.
It's not. It's a conflict of interest. I know that from past experience. Therapists won't see people they're related. Like they will recommend a different therapist because it's a conflict of interest.
I felt like that makes no sense. Why are you? Because
it's a conflict. Yeah.
Because this should be a sacred thing with your therapist. They should be only your therapist. That's the moment for you to vent and say stuff that maybe you don't even say to your significant other, or maybe you do, but like you choose to share that. I feel like the therapist, however good she is, she's gonna blur the line. She's gonna tell, but maybe talking to Daniel, she's gonna slip up and say like, Josie said this. She might even think that Daniel said something and it was Josie, or the other way around.
There's also unconscious bias, right? So she might subtly suggest something that Josie said, oh, I wish you would do this more, and then she might subtly suggest this in the next
you know what I mean?
By accident, but it could be completely by accident. But that's
what I said,
why
like,
it's a conflict of interest.
Even if she's not consciously doing, you're gonna say something that it's like because Josie or Daniel said something. That was so off to me. I was like, I don't like that at all. But going back on what we're talking about, like I said, I think they needed more time apart. When I was growing up, my mom always used to say something to me that I take that with me, and it's something that I even tell my kid, which is like, you can't fully love someone until you love yourself. Like,
absolutely.
I believe that with my whole heart. Like, because you, at the end of the day, you only have yourself. That person might leave you, or might not. It might work forever. It might be there forever. But like, if you depend on that person emotionally, it's not going to work because it's too much for you and it's too much for the other person. And I felt like they had that. I felt like they were depending on each other, and I just didn't feel like that was healthy. Again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be together. I'm just saying that they need a bit of more time apart to grow, to be healthy, to deal with all the issues they had, because it wasn't just relationship issues. It was very dark. Josie was like, I didn't plan further than like that day because I didn't know I was going to make it to the next day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wouldn't even have food in the house because she was like, maybe I'm not even here tomorrow, so why am I going to cook? I think this is bigger than a relationship. Having someone there is just kind of going to get in the way of you healing yourself. So I feel like they needed more time apart. But I do have a question. I feel like I already know your answer to this because you already touched a bit on this, but Josie, at one point, do you know, every time I was reading this book and someone called Josie, I was like, Josie's on a vacation.
Vacation's far away. Yeah. I had the same thing.
Okay. But anyway, at one point, Josie is asked by someone, I can't remember if it's Penn or Vienna, Josie is asked by someone if she believes in soulmates. And I have the same question for you. Do you believe in soulmates, or do you... I'm going to tell you my opinion first, so you can go from there. I think you choose that person every day. I don't believe in soulmates. I think you choose that person and you go from there and you grow together and everything. I don't think it's predestined for you to be with that person. You have to choose to be with that person every day. What do you think? You're the only one of us in a relationship, so go on, tell us.
I know sometimes people say this is stupid and like it doesn't mean anything and that it's fake and whatever. At the beginning of our relationship, I bought them a star. I used to say, "You're my stardust." I don't know if you know what that means, but it's like kind of poetic. It implies you're magical, you're essential, and connected to the universe in some way. It's about every element in our bodies being connected, and that no matter what in any universe, they would be my stardust. We would always find each other. So I guess I do.
Okay, well, maybe I need to change my perspective on things. Who knows? Maybe someone is out there.
You'll find your stardust.
I don't know if I want that. Do you think the drama was justified?
This is where I'll say yes, some of the drama was absolutely justified, especially when it came to what you previously mentioned, Danny and his father. The way his dad handled everything after his brother died, that wasn't family tension. That was deep, unresolved grief being turned into blame.
Mm-hmm.
Like, pure blame. Instead of processing the loss in a healthy way, his dad projects it onto Danny, and you can see how it just wrecks him emotionally. It explains so much about why Danny reacts the way he does, why he shuts down, why he spirals, why he pushes people away before they can leave him first. So when the tension carries into his relationship, especially with Josie, it doesn't feel like unnecessary drama. It feels like a ripple effect of something that was way bigger. For me, that kind of pain doesn't just stay in one place. It leaks into everything. So yeah, that part, completely justified.
And I also have to mention, not only did he blame Daniel, but then he later on says that, "Oh no, I didn't mean what I said." But then why didn't you, in the moment when you realize you shouldn't have said that, why didn't you just come out and say, like, "I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have said that"? If you feel this way for a few years or like even a few months, you should have said it immediately as soon as you felt like that was uncalled for. But no, instead you shut down, and then shut down Daniel because he was like, he's okay. You know how I feel about a parent that just emotionally is not there, or physically, whatever you decide. Like, I mentioned this, I think, on the Fangirl podcast. It's never the kid's job to take care of you. It's always the other way around. For you to act like it's Daniel's job to take care of his brother. Was it younger or older? Younger, right?
Younger brother.
It's not his job. It wasn't him that decided to have another kid, it was you. So if you decided that it was okay for them to go on the trip, you knew the risks. It's not on Daniel to take care of anyone besides himself, especially when he's like, how old was Daniel at this point? 16?
Yeah, young, super young, yeah.
Maximum 16. So it's not his job. And then, not only do you do that, you blame him for someone's death that he's already carrying that. Of course he is, because everyone would. And then you shut him down.
Yeah, that was terrible.
You shut him down.
That was terrible.
I have a problem with parents that are like children. You are not the children in this relationship. At any point, however old your kid is, you are the adult. I don't care if they are 40, you're still the adult in that situation.
Yeah.
You need to act like an adult. That's all I'm going to say about it. Literally, like, I don't even have this on my notes because I was like, if I go on another rant about a parent that decided to be parents, people are going to be like, this girl, we get it.
He hates parents.
He hates parents. But I don't hate parents. I don't like people that assume a responsibility and then decide halfway through it, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
That being said, I'm curious to know, do we have a red flag or a book boyfriend?
For me, Daniel. I already told you this. I love him. I'm giving him the book boyfriend title. Again, I'm sorry. I can't. The little notes he wrote to her, the flowers, the handmade cards. Adorable. Okay. Here's what I have to say about Daniel. Off the bat, you get that he's a good person because he stops when he sees a stranger at a cliff. He's like, what's going on here? Let me stop. Let me grab her. Take her out of the edge. She's like, no, not on my watch. Let's be honest. Most people will be like, I hope she's not doing what I think she's doing, and then walk on. But he didn't. He stopped. He was there for her, even when he didn't even know her. And at one point, she says, you didn't let go. And he said, I wouldn't and I couldn't. And I was like, I love Daniel. I love you forever. And he's a genuinely good person. What about you?
Well, just to backhand off that comment, my dad always taught me that if you see something that looks like it's going to be bad, look away so you can't be an accomplice.
Oh my god. What? You can't put this in.
My Yeah, no, he literally says that. Like, if we see a kid that looks like he's gonna fall, my dad's like, look away. Anyways, we can cut that out. I just thought it was
I
funny.
think you need to. I don't think we can. I don't think. Do you want? Do you want to leave that in?
I don't care. I just thought it was funny because, like, technically you're not an accomplice if you did. They'd be like, "Did you see anything?" No, I didn't see
Okay, but
anything.
what if? What if it's like Josie? She's not okay. What if you're not gonna help?
Not my monkeys, not my circus.
Okay. Yes, that's true. Not your monkey, not your circus. That's fine.
No, but in all seriousness, I would help. But this is just like my dad. A comment my father makes, you know, it's quite funny. But okay, so for me, Danny is a book boyfriend. Well, he's messy, he makes questionable decisions, but the way he cares. That man is paying attention. Like, the fact that he remembered her favorite color after literally saving her from the cliff, that's not surface level attraction. That's intentional.
Yeah.
And the notes, I'm so glad you're here. Every single time it was mentioned in the book, I highlighted it. Every single time I highlighted it. I think I highlighted it like over 100 times. It was beautiful. It was...
Yeah.
I loved it. So I was like, are you trying to emotionally destroy me right now? Because you are. Because that's not grand, flashy romance. That's quiet, consistent reassurance. That's someone seeing you, choosing you, and reminding you that your presence matters. And don't even get me started on the Care Bear incident, because that was such a soft, specific, he knows her kind of moment. He knew there was something connected to that, and he went out on his own, and he got her a specific yellow one because he knew she liked yellow, and it was very emotional because then she explains that her mother didn't allow her to have toys. Also,
what a weirdo.
What a weirdo. What's going on, Mom?
I can't bring her back to talking about parents.
No, we're not gonna. And then we look at the meal prepping. Like, you're telling me this man is out here just making sure she's taken care of in everyday life, not just during big emotional stress scenes. That's effort. That's thoughtfulness. That's love in action. So yeah, he might come up with a lot of emotional baggage, but he's also showing up in ways that matter. And ultimately, that qualifies him for me as a book boyfriend.
Me too. I loved him. Going off of that, can I mention one of my memorable moments? It involves obviously Daniel. I think they've known each other for like 2 days, and they figure it out that, you know, he tells her, Josie, that it was the girl that Bryson cheated on was with his girlfriend or at that point. And she's like, she goes inside, grabs a knife, comes out, and he's like, okay, we need alibis, we need to keep blood to the minimum, we need to do this and this. And she's like, what are you on about, mate? And he's like, obviously we're gonna kill Bryson. And she's like, no, I'm gonna slice his tires. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too. That works too.
I'm fine with that too. I'm coming. And I'm like,
supportive. That's what we need. Supportive men.
Exactly. He was like, you murder him? I'm there. You're gonna slash his tires? I'm there. I don't care what it is. I'm there. And I'm like,
yeah.
I love a man. I love a man who takes initiative, because he's like, you want to go? We'll go. He's like, he's just, he's great. Okay. But I do, okay. Now, I want to say something here. I think you're not going to agree with me on this one. Okay. Every time, in every book, when a woman sees a man naked, she goes like, oh, wow, he's huge. And I'm like, can he just be average? Listen, not all of us have a big dick. That's okay. As long as you know what to do with it, that's fine.
Preach.
Right? Every time they see them naked, it's like, whoa, wow, is it gonna fit? Oh, I'm done. Just be average. It's okay. It's good. It's not that big of a deal. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that Stella for Game On says that AJ is average.
Yeah, she does.
She does, doesn't she? Like,
she does.
Now that
she
I'm
does.
thinking about it, I think she says that, but then compares it to Tyler Theo, and he's like, oh, is he gonna fit? I'm like, here we go again. Here we fucking go again. Let's normalize normal bodies. Like, it's fine if he's average, if he's even below average, as long as he knows what to do with it. You know, there's done for a reason. Let's normalize that. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah, absolutely. For me, because we're talking about memorable moments, there was a quote in the book. I don't know if you remember it. If you let me in, I'll hold a flashlight and we'll find a way out together. I was like, my babies went through so much. I can't remember the last time a book made me cry this much. Like, literally, I was sitting on the couch and I was reading this and I was crying. And my partner was like, "Are you okay?"
Are
And I
you
was
good?
like, "Don't talk to me right now."
Not
I was like
now.
ugly crying. I was like ugly crying. I was like, "Don't talk to me right now."
Not now, okay? Now I'm going
Um,
through something.
honestly, this was hands down, honestly, one of my more favorite books this year. Josie and Daniel are my new Roman Empire. I will never get over them, I think, because of the way it started, the way how it ended, all of them. I truly cannot put my feelings into words. It's just one of those books you have to read and fully encapsulate, and the emotions do the story justice. And also the found family and friendships and girlhood. Vienna and Penny are amazing. I know Pen has her moment, but they ultimately they are amazing.
Yeah.
Not to mention last memorable moment when he signed her hat, "Eyes on Me," and he does this on the field.
Oh my god, I literally for memorable moments all I have to say is eyes on me, because now I want a player, anything. I don't care what you play.
Oh my god.
Just to say eyes on me.
Oh my god. Okay, so that being said, I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
If you could have one thing signed for memorabilia, what would it be?
Oh, a hat.
And don't say Taylor Swift.
Oh, from someone? Do I have to pick
Yeah.
the person? Don't say Taylor Swift, because but I would say but it's Taylor. If I have
No.
to pick someone that I want someone to, so I'm picking someone to sign something, not the something they're gonna sign. Is that the question?
It can be dead or alive. Someone of like.
Holy shit! Hold on, it can't be Taylor.
No, and it can't be Taylor. I would love something signed by Taylor as
That's
well.
disrespectful. Why can't we both have Taylor?
No, can't be Taylor.
But I literally I have her on the wall.
Can't be Taylor.
That's disrespectful.
And Harry Styles. You can't choose Harry.
No! Why are you picking Taylor and Harry Styles for me? That's just okay. Can it be Connor Story or Hudson Williams?
Yeah, okay, I'll allow that.
Because I just met them. I'd rather have something signed by Taylor or someone from One Direction. Can I have all of from One Direction? Can I say One Direction as a whole?
What about like movie stars? It could be anybody.
It could be anybody. Then I picked Taylor.
No, I vetoed those.
But that's so rude.
Because that's too easy. It's too easy. You have to think.
I think I'm gonna get my new obsession, and I'm gonna have to say Connor Story.
Okay.
Imagine just reaching him and him signing something for me. Please, Connor. I beg of you.
Connor, baby, sign something for me too.
No.
You're not just...
No. You just told me I can't have Taylor because you're having Taylor, so now you can't have Connor because I'm having Connor. And Hudson Williams, I'm picking them too. They are my babies now.
Okay, so you'll take the new gen of the new people.
You were just talking about one of the quotes that Daniel said that you thought it was really cute. So I have one.
Yeah.
Josie starts by saying, "I was waiting for something to happen when she was at the cliff." She was like, "I could have jumped ages before you got there, but I was waiting for something to happen. And then he did. You shut up." And he said, "I'm never going to stop showing up. Even when I'm all grey and wrinkled, I'm going to be there. I promise." And I was just like, the man that you are, I will be thinking about Daniel on my deathbed. I'm going to be like, but what about Daniel? He wrote.
Is he okay? Is he okay still?
Is he fine? Did he make it? How's the baby? Tell me everything. Okay, but I have another one. He says, this is more of like a sex scene. "I like it when you're mean to me." She says, "I thought you were into being praised." And he says, "I'm into anything you do." And I say, "I'm obsessed with a man like this, please." And the memorable moments all I have to say is eyes on me. Like, eyes on me.
Loved that.
Can I also say, every time they start getting on, a phone would vibrate, would ring, something. And all I have to say is my mom was right. It is these damn phones. I was like, chuck it. Throw it in the bin. I don't care. I need this to happen, and I'm done with phones. I'm done. Also,
yeah, I know.
I do have to say, Salvador, when I find you, I'm going to give you the biggest hug, because the way they described, I don't know, Daniel's panic attack.
It could only come from someone who had experienced it themselves.
Yes, exactly. I read it, and then I had to pause. The way they describe it's so much detail, in so much depth. This is someone that has gone through that knows what a panic attack is. Another thing about Daniel that I really liked was at one point he said it's easier for him to pretend that he's fine instead of talking about what is happening. I want to take a minute here, and for anyone that's listening that has gone through something like this, that feels like they are too much or that they are bothering people when they talk. If you're listening to this and you ever felt like that, I want you to really think about this. If one of your friends, one of your people, the people that you love, was going through something, was struggling, would you want them to call you and you stay with them on the phone for like hours on end? Or would you rather them suffer in silence? Because me, I'll stay on that phone all day, all damn day. I would be there if it meant that that person would be here on this planet Earth for the next day, for the next week, for the next month. I would stay on that phone. If you ever felt like you are too much or you burden someone, I want you to think this. If your person, if your people were feeling this way, what would you rather? And if your answer is I would rather be on that phone, they feel the exact same way about you. So call, talk to someone.
I can give a recent example. I think it was last week. We were talking and you were worried about having upset someone. And I sent you a message. I said, don't overthink. You're fine. Everything's fine. And then you didn't answer me. So I called you because I was like, oh no, something's wrong. So I called you. You didn't pick up. And then I messaged you and I went, Cece, are you okay? And you didn't answer me. And then I was starting to like ruminate and I was like, oh my God, something happened. She's not okay. I need to figure out what to do. And then like 2 minutes later, you called me. You're like, it's okay. Everything's sorted. I'm okay. Thank you for checking in. And that was it. And we ended the call. Those moments really show that you know the person, you know the people and what they need and and like the fact that you called me back to say I'm okay. I was reassured and I was like, okay, she's okay. We can move on with the day. I think it's really important because I feel like you would do the same for me and you have done the same for me. When I was having chest pain every day, you were like, girl, what did I say to you about telling me right when you wake up how you're feeling?
Yeah. I think that comes with age as well. And again, they are young in this book, and
yeah, true.
It's hard to come to terms that you are valuable and what you bring to this world is valuable. I just came out of my 20s, but when you turn 30, it feels like such a big milestone. There were times in my life that I didn't think that I would get here. I just want to say that I am very happy that I got to this phase in my life. Like you said, I have people that would check up on me when they know I'm overthinking something, and they don't make me feel like I'm being too much, even when I know I'm being too much, because I know I overthink things a lot. I always come from the standpoint that like they hate me and they are upset with me. I always start from that point and then
I know you backwards.
Do. Last week we were going through like a little spot. It wasn't anything major, but in my head, I went to bed like feeling anxious. I cried myself to sleep. I woke up crying. I was like, I hate feeling like someone is mad at me, especially someone that I love. I hate that feeling. You both made me feel like you both called me. You both were like, don't overthink this. This is fine. We're just disagreeing on something, but it's fine. It doesn't mean that we hate you. It doesn't mean that we're not your friends. It just means that we don't agree on something. I am so glad that I walked through it. I went past it, and now I'm here, and I'm in a part of my life that it's not always easy. But like, there are days if I ended, I would have never met my kid. You know what I mean? I would have never met you. I would have never met all my friends. I'll get to this later. But if you ever feel like you are not valuable in this world, if you're listening to this, and if you ever felt that way, just know you are. Every single person on this planet brings something to this planet, and it's important that you are here. So that's all I'm going to say. And keep pushing, because some days it's just about waking up. You don't have to do anything else. Just wake up. It's fine.
Yep. And don't forget, you could miss out on the chance of meeting me, and I'm amazing.
Exactly.
Your life would not be the same without me.
So boring.
So boring. Mm-hmm. What would you be doing all day?
Yeah. Would you say, is this a reread or just a redrink?
I would re-drink this. I don't have the emotional stamina to go through this again. I really don't. I don't. It was a beautiful book. Maybe I'll read it again in like 10 years. Mm-hmm. But as of right now, I will stick to the vino, and that is it.
I completely agree. I don't think I could reread this book again. I loved it. I would absolutely recommend it, especially to people that have mental issues, that have suicidal thoughts. I would definitely recommend it. I would warn them, this is heavy, read it when you're okay. But I would definitely recommend it. I would not be able to read this again because, like I said, I spent 3 days in the hell. I was like, I don't know if I can finish this, because every time I opened it and they were talking about this, I would start crying. So I would be drinking. Yeah, I'm definitely drinking.
So would you say these are main character vibes or delusional?
Josie, I think she was the Lulu in a lot of this. But again, I think it comes from a standpoint of like a low self-esteem and her not seeing herself in the way that other people see her. The way she grew up, it's no surprise that she feels this way. Daniel, however, I love him. I think he's fantastic and I will be taking no criticisms at this time.
Okay.
What about you?
Main character, but dangerously close to delusional. It was what you said at the beginning. We're romanticizing struggle just a little bit too much for me. Very close to delusional.
Yeah. Would you recommend it to your grandma?
My grandmother would read this and say, why didn't they just talk? Honestly?
Fair.
Valid. Would you recommend it to your grandmother?
Honestly, I would. And I think I said this, which book was it? I don't know. Whichever book it was. I think this kind of books are important. Again, mental health is so important and we should talk about it more. I would give it to my grandma. I think halfway through it, she would be like, what the hell is this book? But I would still recommend it. I would recommend it to anyone. I think it was Love Song that I said. Books give you different perspectives. And this one, for someone, even someone that doesn't struggle as much, we all struggle, but doesn't struggle as much, I think it's important to hear it from someone that does. And then you can have that perspective. So I would recommend it. I would recommend it to anyone and everyone that loves reading and loves books. I'm like, read this one. It's amazing. But I have a very important question here. I really need you to be focused. Are you here? Are you focused?
I'm focused. Eyes on me.
Who do you think the next book is about?
Hands down, I will bet you on this that it's going to be about Angel and Penn secretly hooking up the whole time.
For sure they are hooking up. I'm for sure. But I was like
the whole time, because there was moments when Angel, like, they were like, where's Penn? And they're like, oh, Angel gave her a ride home. And he's just and like, oh, it's like, so thoughtful of my friend to give my sister a ride home. I'm like,
when he's at the hospital, Penn is like, oh, Angel told me this. And he's like, Angel did? I absolutely, throughout the book, I was like, okay, so the next book is obviously Angel and Penn. But then at the end, we had a little snippet of Gray. Gray is like upset about this girl in his class.
Yeah.
I'm like, now hold on a minute. Are you going to give me a curveball and you're going to talk about Gray in the next book? You better not. I want Angel's book.
I want Angel.
We want Angel. Oh,
wait, I don't think we should do that movement.
I totally didn't get that. I was like, why? It's just oh my god, now I can't think of anything else.
I just want to know if, Angel is average size. Do you know what I mean?
Alright. That's enough opinions for one episode.
But I have so much more.
We read.
We've discussed.
But did we fully understand it?
That's still up for debate.
Follow us on everything at Reading Between Wines for more book chaos and questionable takes. I'm Cece.
And I'm Mariana. And we'll see you next Friday with another book.
Another bottle.
And definitely more opinions you didn't ask for.
I need it.
And remember,
drink responsibly.
Actually critique irresponsibly.
Okay, quick pause here. If you have the same last name as me, please get out. You don't need to know these things about me, okay? But before you do that, I want to wish my sister the happiest birthday. I love you more than anything. You're my built-in best friend, my second mom, my biggest supporter. And I just love you, and I wish 32 is like the best year. And please give me a nephew or a niece. Please, I'm begging you. Anyway, okay, love you, bye. Let this be a reminder for anyone feeling lost. If Josie had ended, she would have never found love, true friendship, or happiness. Better days are coming. Don't give up. If you ever felt this way or are having thoughts like this, please reach out to someone you trust, to us. We're leaving helpful resources and numbers in our show notes. You're not alone in this. I want to leave you with this from the help. You is kind.
You is smart. You is important. You is smart. You is kind. You is important. Oh, that's so good.